Look, yo. Don't wanna talk too much, don't wanna fight. Just wanna have a good time, have a good night. She wanna pop champagne, I think I might. I know what you like, I know what you like. Look, don't wanna talk too much.
Yo, what's up, YouTube? Back at you with another video on today. I am TA of Clutch Sports. Make sure you hit that subscription button, subscribe to the channel, click on the bell so that you'll be notified whenever we put up an upload. And without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the installment. All right, guys, we're going to talk about running back Joe Mixon on today, and we're going to talk about his veteran expectations because Joe Mixon has been in the league for 7 years, and currently with the Texans, he'll be on his 8th season. And he's been a very productive running back in the NFL. I think he has over 6,000 yards rushing in his career to go along with like 49 touchdowns. Joe Mixon has been box office for the Cincinnati Bengals. Never thought that Joe Mixon would go to another team, just like I didn't think that Saquon Barkley would end up with the Philadelphia Eagles, but you just never know how things are going to play out. So Joe Mixon in the offseason signs a 3-year deal, reportedly worth $27 million. And I believe that $13 million of that is fully guaranteed. And I think in the first year of the contract, Joe is going to make approximately about $10 million. So definitely, man, shout out to Joe Mixon, man, getting a deal, especially when you didn't know what was going to happen with a lot of these running backs in the offseason. But a lot of these running backs signed with new teams, and they're no longer with – some of these guys are no longer with their current teams. Guys like Derrick Henry, you could not see Derrick Henry possibly being on another team. You thought that he would be a Tennessee Titan for the rest of his career, but he decided to take his talents over to the Ravens, and Tennessee just pretty much let him walk, man. And even though they had the money to be able to pay him, they just decided to let Derrick Henry walk after his service for so many seasons. But with Joe Mixon, what you're going to get a guy that has playoff experience. You're going to get a running back that has Super Bowl experience, and that's where the Houston Texans are trying to go. I believe Houston is one of the teams that's never made it to the Super Bowl. I believe it's Houston, Detroit, Cleveland, and Jacksonville. They've never made it to the Super Bowl before, so these franchises are still trying to get to the Super Bowl. Thought that the Detroit Lions would make it this season, but they ended up falling short and not being able to make it to the Super Bowl. They were winning that game, and you thought that the Lions would win that game, but they ended up giving it up in the second half, and 49ers come back and win the game. But what you're going to get out of Joe Mixon is definitely a solid veteran running back. He will be counted on to be a voice in the locker room. You definitely know that Joe Mixon is going to be leading these young guys on. When you got that veteran experience like Joe Mixon has, definitely his voice is going to be loud in the locker room. And guys are going to understand that he's going to come in with expectations wanting to win, especially when he saw what Houston was able to do this season. I think Houston beat the Cincinnati Bengals too, matter of fact, in the regular season. So you already know, man, that this Houston team is coming. They ain't coming for no games in 2024. Houston is going to come with it. They're going to be ready, man. I can't wait to see how good this team is ultimately going to be, especially with the addition of Danielle Hunter being added to the team as well. But definitely he's going to be a voice in the locker room. Now, you want to know his production. Out of 7 seasons being in the NFL, 4 of those seasons he's rushed over 1,000 yards. And I think one season he was close to rushing over 1,000 yards. I think he had like 800-something yards. So Joe Mixon is a very productive running back that can block, that can catch out of the backfield, and can do it all. He has the size that you want in a running back. And definitely, man, he's going to be somebody that they lean on and they count on when the season starts or whatever. But definitely another thing to be able to watch out for Joe Mixon is, just the team just looking for him to be productive. When you sign a new deal with a new team, they're going to want you to still be productive. They're going to want you to come in and be able to carry the load or whatever you have to carry. Now, he's going to split time with running back Dameon Pierce, but at the same time, Joe Mixon still has to be able to be the one that leads that running back room, even though Dameon Pierce is going to be a guy that they're going to count on as well. But I think that Joe Mixon is going to be fine. I think he'll fit in well with this team because they ultimately, at the end of the day, you do need a good, solid veteran running back. And with Devin Singletary signing with the Bills in the offseason, they had to pick up a running back. Now, initially, I thought that the Texans would go with Saquon Barkley. I was hoping that Saquon Barkley would go to the Texans because I thought it was going to be crazy, man, if Saquon would have went to the Texans. But definitely, man, Joe Mixon is no slouch. He has a great career just like Saquon Barkley does. And definitely, man, he's going to be a guy, man, that's going to definitely stand out with this Texas team. And it's always good to be able to have a good running back, a good, solid veteran running back. And then also, he will be called upon to be able to block out of the backfield for C.J. Stroud. And he's going to be called upon to catch the ball out of the backfield. So he's going to be looked upon to catch that football out of the backfield. And that's something that Joe Mixon is pretty good at doing. So he's going to give you a little of everything that you need. Joe is going to be that dude. He's going to keep it spicy out there for you on the football field. And he's going to give you what you need, the dimension that you need, the leadership that you need at the running back position, and just being able to be that dude that really takes this team to the next level. He already knows what it takes to be in the playoffs because he went to the Super Bowl with the Cincinnati Bengals. So he already knows what it takes to do in order to get to the Super Bowl as well. So great pickup for the Houston Texans to be able to grab Joe Mixon in the offseason. Now, you leave it in the comments section. What do you think about the Houston Texans as a fan going and grabbing Joe Mixon? And how good do you think Joe Mixon will be for the team going forth in 2024? So leave it in the comment section what you think about your expectations on Joe Mixon this current season coming up. All right, you guys, I'm out of here. Peace.
Hey, look, yeah. Don't wanna talk too much, don't wanna fight. Just wanna have a good time, have a good night. She wanna pop champagne, I think I might. I know what you like, I know what you like. Look, don't wanna talk too much, don't wanna fight. Just wanna have a good time, have a good night. She wanna pop champagne, I think I might. I know what you like, I know what you like, look. You know I got it in stock, I'm back on the block, I'm live. You know it's only the top, it's only the premium slides. Stand down, no walls, no guards, no handouts. But if I can't free my hair down, been headed for a while, it's rare now. They don't make it like me no more, they don't make it like me no more. No faking, no CB4, got something you ain't seen before. She like, okay, I'm on the way, feel like I'm made for the door. Don't be afraid.